What's up, people? This is the Me and M podcast, episode 51. We're almost a year old. My name is Taryn.
I'm Rayan.
And I'm Savoy. Holla if you hear me.
Holla.
Well, we
Because
holla.
I damn sure heard you. You know, I don't think people realize a whole lot of nonsense starts or is going on before we actually get started on what we're supposed to be
You
doing.
just need to hit play and just let it run.
No, I got it.
What's up?
We'll talk about it afterwards. But anyways.
Okay.
All right. Don't forget writing your notes.
Oh, good call, because I will forget.
All right. Fixing
If it's
fixing
that
the
good of an
post.
idea, writing your notes.
Fixing the post.
I mean, it's not, but it could be
Shit,
something.
yeah,
but, you
yeah.
know, you never know. But anyways, episode 51.
Ooh.
In case you can't do math or don't know how a year works, there's 52 weeks in a year.
And we do one a week.
Mm-hmm.
Henceforth.
I can't wait for
Ipso facto.
actual 1 year, which is next month. What? What?
Ray, what episode are we on?
51.
How many weeks are there in a year?
52.
So what's
Next month is 52.
Next week
Next
will be
week's
52. The week
episode.
after that,
next week?
it'll be week 53, which makes it 52 a whole year, technically. That's why I'm like, oh,
I know, but
dear
I'm
God.
actually our actual. That's why
The
it's our
equivalent of me being terrible at geography is him being
Yeah,
terrible at math.
I never declared I hate math. I hate numbers. I all that shit.
You know that Asians are good at mathing?
No, that's a
I'm
damn
telling
lie.
you, it's a fucking
damn lie. It's a
stereotype.
fucking lie. It's a stereotype. It's a damn lie. No, it's a lie. And I'm just saying, no, that's what's our
If
actual.
you if you
Oh my
only,
God, what is happening?
I do words good.
Yeah, it's so good.
If you most of the time only listen to the audio, I need you to go watch this
Watch the
episode
video.
and watch the
On
video.
YouTube.
Just for just watch the first 5 minutes.
Oh.
Just
my
for that
God.
reaction. Just to see what just transpired.
But I was talking about our actual
Bloopy bloop la.
our actual one freaking year.
It will be our 1
No,
year
I know.
because we record the week before.
I understand that. I'm just saying, like.
So technically,
do
it
you-
didn't come out on. Clearly, he doesn't
Clearly,
understand
I do.
this. You mean year to date? Like he wants
Yeah.
July 3rd to July 3rd.
Yeah.
He doesn't want July 3rd to June whatever comes 7 days before that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like
No, I
26th, I guess. I don't know.
Oh my God. My head already hurts. I'm smiling so much. Oh my God, that was hilarious. I love it.
Here we are. How are you guys? How
More liquor.
Seems like everybody's done talking. Okay, that's episode 51. Bye, guys.
It's been real, y'all. Peace.
I was kidding.
Y'all that left, come on back.
Get your ass back here. All right. Any good events happened this past week? Anything?
Clippers made it. to
We
the Western
are
Conference.
officially reopened.
Oh, 100%.
Everything is should be at max capacity now.
We're in California.
And yes, in California.
People are out
Yeah.
here fucking wilding without a mask on.
Yep, they can. Yep,
100%?
can't wait. 100%.
100%.
100%.
I went out for the first time yesterday, walked into a place
100%.
full of people, nobody had a fucking mask on.
I still wear mine. Only thing about work, they say we can't wear it. We have to wear it still at the warehouse, but we can't wear it. We can wear it. You don't have
Man,
to
you're
wear it.
not
Yeah.
telling me shit.
If places aren't requiring, like they have to require you to wear masks to enter, otherwise
You know how
people
much
just
stuff people have to take off their windows?
people just bare facing
It's
it.
weird though because because it was date night last night. So when we went out, he's like, I don't know what we do. Wear a mask or not? I'm like, I'm not even gonna put in the effort unless somebody stops me and tells me to put a fucking mask on.
Yeah. So we walked up to the spot. I had my mask on. She didn't.
I looked around and I was
And-
like, ain't nobody in here got
I
a
was
mask
like,
on.
there's nobody at the door asking people for ID or nothing. I was like, okay, everybody in here. Oh, take mine off. Let's go.
don't come at me for this mask bullshit. Everybody's open. I'm not spreading shit around. I'm washing my hands. If you tell me to wear a mask, I'm gonna fucking wear a mask.
Right.
Blah blah blah. Don't come at me, okay? I don't want to hear it.
I still wear. I've got my shots and I'm still wearing a mask.
Yeah, I mean,
if that makes you comfortable, that's cool. But
Word.
I am extremely uncomfortable wearing a mask. I just don't like it. But I have been doing it because it's been necessary.
Right,
So.
it's been required.
Yeah, since it's been a year, now it's like a habit now.
Well, it's been 16 months. Everybody is very adamant that it's been 16 months. I heard that like 4 times last night.
Yeah.
I'm like over here trying to do the math.
Because March of 2020, right?
Mm-hmm.
That would make it 15 months.
Whatever.
Well,
As long as we doing it.
Can't nobody do math.
I just
in
was
this
saying
case.
when it happened.
Now it's just a habit
I'm
now.
just saying.
I'll put it on.
So we go to Dark Horse. There's no more mask mandate. You can wear a mask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even singing?
Well, that's what we're
That's
gonna
what we
find out.
did. I don't know.
Oh, y'all went to Darkest one?
No,
No.
it's
We
saying
went-
like,
Yeah.
Oh.
if you go if you go to Dark Horse and they say you don't have to wear a mask to sing, are you gonna wear?
Oh,
one
no, I'm
still?
gonna take it off.
Okay, that's.
But you're gonna wear it the rest of the
You're gonna
time.
wear it like when you're walking around.
I don't care. I'm just wondering.
Yeah, we don't care.
No.
Good, but if we
I was
go in
already
there like,
I'll
oh,
probably have it on walking in, and I'll take it. I'll put it in my pocket.
I'm not doing that neither.
Yeah.
I'll keep it with me, but
Yeah,
I'm not
I'm not having
walking
it on
up
me.
to this. Yeah, if they.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I guess I will walk up there, and if they say, "Hey, you don't have to wear a mask if you don't want to," then yeah, faces butt naked.
Raw dog and air out here.
Because the time when you told me, like, where you at? It was fogging it up. Every time I had
When I was like, "Why'd you take your glasses off? You
because-
can't see, sir."
well, I know the song I'm
Yeah, he
singing.
knew the
I'm just
song
like,
by
No,
heart,
I
so
know,
yeah.
but-
fogging up hard. I'm like, fuck.
I didn't think about that. All I see is Ray with no glasses.
Right.
What happened to the glasses?
In the
Like,
goddamn sauna.
Yeah, dude. So I'm like, if there's
Somebody having
give me a
backseat
mic, I'm
sex
not-
in my window.
but you could. I was in my own little area even before that, and I'm sure I was supposed to be wearing a mask, and I wasn't because there was nobody around. Because the thing goes out, so if you're too close, you need to back the fuck up because you
Exactly.
passed my velvet ropes.
because I've seen people jump over that velvet rope.
Fucking bastard! I'm like, excuse me, sir.
I was like, who are these people walking, bitch?
But I did learn up close and personal why they could not let us out in these last 16 months, even if we did wear masks.
Oh,
because some
'cause-
people have absolutely no perception,
of personal space whatsoever.
especially when they're drinking. This is why bars were closed, people.
Because things were loud and people were just all up in the. Hey, Max,
Hey, Max Legroom.
Oh,
You
man.
got Max Legroom? I need some more space. He got this, there's a dude.
Drunk white dudes.
They
man.
love you, dude.
I don't know what it
They
is.
love-
They just like
And he's nicer than me. I was ready to
Yeah,
kick this guy in the nuts.
they're just like. Hey,
I
man, how's it
almost, I
going?
almost
Oh,
dropped
there?
him. No, this was
No,
last
no,
night.
this was last night.
I almost dropped him.
Oh, y'all went to.
No, we went out. We had
you
date
went-
night.
Oh, you day night. Okay. Sorry.
We went to a different place. We saw Reggie. Shout out to Reggie. One of
you
the
went-
best KJs in the
y'all-
game,
y'all went
baby.
to Naughty Pig?
Yeah.
I thought about going.
Sir, you can't be giving all the
sorry.
locations out. That place is already fucking packed.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
saw his IG.
Yeah, that shit
I
was
like,
packed.
Whoa.
Yeah, that shit was fucking packed.
I'm literally like, shit, I need to go.
Yeah, well, Mia was supposed to be home, and then she stayed an extra night, and I was like, we were gonna call you, but I was like, no, it's date night, and we
Yeah.
had a good night. Came home, hung out.
Yeah,
Even though
that's
I had to
fine.
work in the morning, I was like, it was so worth it. So, because we got to
So-
hang out with each other.
So who was? Oh, what was he trying to do with him?
Nothing. He just was like
Well-
drunk and around, and then.
He was not just drunk and around.
Well, no.
Yeah,
Well,
I
he
like
was
his story,
around,
somebody your story.
but he just. I don't like. He was around. We saw him like the night, so it wasn't
then
like.
all of a sudden he was
hovering with
And
drunk.
next thing you know, he was hovering around, and then next thing you know, he was like, "Hey, like giving
He's
me
like, "What's up, bro?
yap, and
What's
I'm
up, bro?
like, okay.
What's up?" And he's like
I'm-
smacking him.
I'm,
and he's
like, I'm getting already upset.
I'm like, okay.
I was
I'm like,
fucking
okay, cool, it's whatever. You know, yeah. Like, like when people are drunk, you just kind of gotta
it's one or two, bro. You don't keep smacking the person.
But you just.
But when
even
you're drunk, you don't know you've already done it, and that's
No,
that's why you need to know your
If
limits.
I feel like I made
because
contact
people
with
are
somebody,
like,
I know it.
But that's why you.
but you don't
just,
get that drunk.
have
I mean,
to-
you do,
I
but
do,
not
but
enough
not-
to. Sorry,
yeah.
not
No,
enough
it's
to
fine.
realize you're can't.
Hey,
You should stop
hey.
because you're not functional.
Right.
Like,
Yeah. So
But-
I just feel like it's easier to just ease people out of your way, because if you, I mean, that dude was already. I think he was ready to try and fight somebody at any given moment. So I
Jesus.
just
Oh,
like
he's
I'm
one
not.
of
Here.
those.
I was ready for it to be me. I wanted to
And I'm
drop
like, I'm
him
not-
on his knees
I'm
so
not,
bad.
I'm not here. I don't want it. I don't want that issue at all because I'm gonna go to jail.
I was
They be like, "Who was it?
Man,
You too? You going to jail?"
We just
No, I'm
open
gonna tell
back
him it
up.
was me.
Open back up.
And they be like, "Oh, it was her. You going to jail?"
what?
Wait
No.
a minute, sir. I wasn't even. But so yeah, so
You were her. You go to jail.
yeah, right. It was him and it was her. What were you doing? You were just standing there. You trying to stop? Oh no, you going to
Nah,
jail?
I would have made them take that dude to jail so fast. I don't
But-
care if I was the
But it
instigator
was
or
just
not.
Annoying.
Yeah, I mean, and so like it was probably like 2 or 3 minutes, but he just was like
he was
around.
all up in.
Yeah, he was like, yeah, and he was, yeah, man, he was like,
I don't know if you can see what's happening here, but yeah, he was.
and so
Bro, I don't even know you like that.
yeah, so
You know what I mean?
finally, eventually,
Eventually,
I got him to like
10 minutes later,
go
Oh, you
over,
maneuvered?
and then he went off.
because
and
I
then-
was not having it. Because he was like, "What's up?" And I was like,
So you're
because like, I mean,
a knight that made an L move.
I'm not afraid that I'm gonna get COVID or whatever, but like, I still,
I just want my
COVID or
personal
not,
space.
yeah, COVID or not, like,
And
you're
you-
too fucking close,
Right.
and like, I don't just go around touching people.
right.
Yeah.
Like you don't know
Hello?
me to begin with, so and I hadn't done anything.
He just saw you.
No, he just
Yeah.
was like, well, he came up to like put a song in, and
Yeah, and he
Reggie
didn't
was
know-
talking to somebody
Right.
else,
Uh-huh.
and he was waiting, and then he turns around, and he like sees Brandon and was
Insta-friend.
like,
Yeah,
he sees him and was like, oh yeah, I did it. And I was just
Yeah.
like,
Jesus Christ.
dear Lord, baby Jesus.
and he's like, I want to sing. I'm in love with a stripper. I was like, okay. He's like, what? I was like, tell him.
And then I was like,
And-
what, are you mixing up your black guys? Okay, typical fucking, never mind.
I was like,
Yeah,
we open. He can't tell the difference no more. Look at the fuck.
yeah. I don't know.
He's at the DJ booth. I'm
Right?
out there. I'm on the
not.
outside.
He don't have a hat on. I got a hat on.
He's lucky
He
he,
got a
was
jacket on, I
nice
have a
because
jacket
he
on.
knows the manager. So had it gotten any further,
That
Yeah,
motherfucker
like-
would have been 86.
It would have
and
been-
jail.
Yeah, I was like,
the end of
yeah.
him. That's why I was like, I wanted to knee him in the nuts and drop him to his knees, but I didn't because I knew
People were just ready to fight
I knew
outside.
who he knew, and the dude that he knows,
He wouldn't-
he's
he-
a really cool
He
dude
wouldn't
though.
have blamed you anyway, but like, you know what, cool.
He probably wouldn't have,
No, no, if I
because
would've-
he's a cool
Yeah,
dude.
if I'd
But
have told him, yo, this dude is acting up, like we need to get him out of here, he'd be like, oh yeah, no problem.
yeah, but
Yeah,
he's the
so-
manager. The last thing I needed to do was cause problems, even though I was like,
Oh,
oh,
no,
I can't hold it.
She was chomping at the bit. I was like, no.
Lights, you good? Fall
Oh,
goddamn
sorry.
tables, Jesus
Sorry.
Christ.
I was like, no, we don't need to do that. Let's,
Yeah,
let's
so.
just enjoy ourselves. So,
As long as y'all have fun, other than that one little mishap.
Yeah, I mean,
Snafu.
After that, it was
after that-
fine.
yeah,
Like
before that and after that was fine.
people were so nice. Like there really wasn't a place to sit, and these girls had
That was a little packed. when
They
it
ha-
was-
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
these girls had like extra space, and they're like, oh, you guys can sit here, and I was like, are you sure? Like, cause
Yeah.
like
You
yeah,
let-
you offer, but sometimes you're doing it to be nice. Sometimes
Right.
you don't really want people in your
Uh-huh.
area. Like, is
Uh-huh.
it because I'm standing too close? Like, and no, they were really cool, really nice. Actually, we just
There's-
put each other on
there's some
on
people who actually-
Instagram today.
Oh, did it?
Who
Yeah.
actually
Nice.
genuinely miss, social social,
Interaction.
yeah, interaction or gatherings. And there's just some people who just are like that guy.
It was so hard
And
for
like
me. at first.
it gets to a point where it's like creepy. Like, bruh, you haven't touched somebody in the ear? The fuck
I
away
mean,
from me.
I wasn't, like I said, because it happens.
yeah.
It happens to me
Yeah. It
often.
happened, well,
Yeah,
yeah,
it
it happens
does.
to him all
So
the time.
I kind of just was
It
like,
does.
another one, boss. So, like,
It's
you just
different.
like,
Just
I think
like-
it's different for a female though.
Just like that white girl the last time on Friday. Remember?
Uh-uh.
Remember that little group of girls? Remember the girls almost that took our table?
Oh,
yeah.
I remember that.
He was talking to him. Oh my God, you're so amazing. You're so great. You should be doing.
Oh, I liked her. She was really nice.
Was it?
She was the only not wasted one of the group.
Oh, it was the other one that annoyed you. Just like, because you looked at me like, save him. Or someone's.
I must have needed saving at that point. I don't know.
Was it you? I forgot which one. But someone looked like they were in distress. I'm like, okay, I gotta do something.
I'm getting the distress. Cuckoo,
I
cuckoo.
was like, there was a disturbance in the force. I had to do something about it.
Pep and distress.
No, that other girl was really nice.
Yeah,
And
but I
everybody,
guess you get-
aside from that guy, was really nice last night. It
I
was
feel like she
really
tried
hard
to-
at first.
Cause I felt like she tried to recruit you. Like, hey man, I'm in an agency and you should come see me. I feel
my
like that's
God.
what she was trying to do.
Oh,
People
yeah.
do that to
Yeah.
me all the time.
Yeah, this girl, like, she was just like praising the shit. I was like, you gonna offer him a job or something? What's going on here?
That's just fucking awkward.
Run me my money. Well, do you know?
Go to want my money.
You know what though? So many people have done that to him, and then nobody follows through.
Yeah, no fault.
right?
Everyone's
So that's why I'm always
everyone's
like,
all
Someone
talk.
says, and I'm just like,
Yet again, I'm gonna
like,
ask you
yeah.
because I asked you this
I'm
in
like,
a
yeah.
podcast. I don't know how many years
Yeah.
ago. You delete those numbers or no?
No, he was like scrolling through his phone and like.
yeah, every so often I'll go through
It-
my contacts and
you
I'll find a
delete 4 or
couple and I'm like,
5.
delete.
I do that too,
Yeah,
but
'cause it's-
sometimes you're like, should I delete this? Do it? What?
Nah, at this point now I'm like, man,
No, you know what
I
I
don't
do?
even know
what
if,
this is.
if I didn't have a number that's in there, I'm like, hey, what's going on? It's me, Rain. If they don't answer me, it's gone. Or like, oh, this isn't, this is not.
not
Uh,
the first number.
yeah.
All right, cool. I'm sorry, and I'll delete it just to make sure it's still them or not.
That's a good idea, but I don't have the patience
Nah,
for that.
fuck
I'm like,
that.
No, I just
delete.
write. I just write, hey, how you doing? It's me, Rain. Simple as that. Simple, easy
Oh.
peasy.
See that you giving them the courtesy. Nah,
Cause I don't want to delete no like. I might need that later. I don't know.
if I haven't needed it now,
But
I
if you
won't
don't
need
know who
later.
it is, how do you know you need it?
Well, like that. That's why I.
It's like
if
something-
it's still them,
It's
or it's they changed their number.
but it's like somebody throwing away something you don't even know you have because
Right.
you never use it. How are you even going to know you had it
Right, you can't miss it.
until 2 years later? And you're like, you know what? I did have that. What happened to it? And then I gotta confess that I threw it away because she doesn't play with that thing.
Yeah, that's what always happens. She's like, okay, I'm getting rid of stuff. She won't know. And then,
It's just too much
and then
of
like
it.
a week later, she'll be like, hey, where's that thing I said? And we're both in there like,
I'm like, it's gone. It's gone. I gave it away.
Deal with it.
But whatever. But I was like walked in there and I was kind of like resting bitch face. And then I had to like, because there was I was, but I wasn't expecting there to be that many people or
yeah.
have to like interact with that many people. And I was just like, why did I do this?
yeah.
At first. And then I was like, I know why I did this, but
Do I want to continue to do
how
this?
long with how many people? Like, as soon as that guy was gone, it was fine.
I intentionally try to dodge people. Like if like since we've been so like
Isolated.
isolated and everything, and I like being around the people I like being around. Everyone else is just like an acquaintance. Like if I don't need to see you, later.
Yeah. Unless somebody says something to me that catches me, like before we were leaving,
Yeah.
when he was like, "Oh yeah, I like all the stuff on the podcast," and I was like, "Yes,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
that's another one for the books, baby."
Yeah. Shout out to Chuck.
Yeah,
Chuck's a good dude.
yeah, he's cool. I liked him. But any hooser, let's get on to the real business. Let's do this thing.
Little business includes them shots.
Shot, 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 shot.
I was gonna ask you something, but I'll wait till afterwards.
Yeah,
and ask.
don't you be telling my secrets.
That's all.
I was gonna say
that's
that.
all I needed to know.
That's your answer.
That's all I needed to know.
Um,
Congratulations, you told on yourself. Okay.
there's only one person out there that knows that besides you and him. Cheers, bitches.
Cheers and libations,
Cheers, everybody.
everybody.
Like we always do it this time. I go for mine. I was waiting for him to go. That was lovely.
Hit the back of the throat all weird.
Libations.
That was lovely.
That's lovely.
That shit was so funny when he said it the first time. All right.
I watched the video and I saw this like I said, that's lovely. And he I was like, oh shit.
I don't know why.
I don't know why
Because
that
I've
caught you
never
like
heard
that.
you say that.
I've said it before, but not like in
Maybe-
that way.
maybe-
Not
that
with,
way.
not in public where people could hear you.
I'll say that.
No,
shit.
you
Maybe
know.
that's why she said when
No,
she
I
laughed. She
know.
was like, "Aha, look at you saying shit like that." where people can hear it and see it.
Real quick before we get on to something else, have you seen that reel or the TikTok where they use the song? What's the name of that song? Talk to me, I talk back.
Oh, it's T-Pain.
Right.
It's,
What's that
Buy
song?
You a Drink.
Oh.
Talk to me, I talk back. Have you seen them do that where like the big sister, the little sister comes in because the other one's shy? And they
They have,
push the other
a
one
bunch of
aside?
different ones, yeah.
No.
Yeah, I want to do that with him.
Oh.
But anyways, it's funny. I'll show you. Damn,
Yeah,
I was hoping he had seen it.
I've seen the one with
We need to do
The little sister?
No.
There's one with the wife.
Yeah, my friend did that with his girl. She's because he's like kind of foreign and shy, and she's like small and aggressive. So it's like
That's cute.
my boyfriend like innocent and sweet, and he's like, and then she talked to me. Yeah,
That's me.
that's
We
the
need
one.
to find some.
That's what it
rush
reminded me
hour
last
shit
night.
To do.
That'd be funny. All right, episode 51. Let's crack it open. We're going to
Like
talk.
a Bella egg.
We're going to talk. Oh,
It's
God, I
good.
can't even get
It's
it
so
out.
good.
We're going to talk about
It's lovely.
Pride. Pride Month, LGBTQ plus. What?
It's a LGBTQIA plus.
I said LGBT.
I know.
Yeah, I know.
I just kept
there's a lot
going.
more words.
I wasn't saying
than
you were wrong. I just
No,
was going on with the letters.
We all know. Well, maybe we don't. So, but anyways. So lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queer. Pride Month is currently celebrated each year in the month of June. It was originally to honor the 1969 Stonewall Uprising in Manhattan. That was the tipping point for the gay liberation movement in the United States. In the United States, the last Sunday of June is initially celebrated as Gay Pride Day. We also have other days like National Coming Out Day, which is in October. The reason that's in October is because October is considered LGBT History Month, or was.
Interesting.
But it's in a list of commemorative months, which means they may or may not teach it. That is still obviously a huge controversy.
Very much so.
Yeah. It was initially started or recognized by Bill Clinton when he was president.
Okay. So
And then, as I'm sure you know, presidents after that may or may not have made it recognized, and then it got re-recognized when Obama was in office, and that's when states started approving gay marriage based on state for themselves. It is still not legal in all 52. Why did I say 52? Because there's 52 weeks in a year. I'm still stuck on the math that we couldn't do at the beginning of the podcast.
No, we're just adding
It
random.
is still not legal in all
states.
50 states.
including Puerto
Dear
Rico.
goodness
Maybe you were
gracious.
including Puerto Rico.
You know,
and
she was including Arizona.
And Cuba.
Puerto Rico and Guam.
Oh my God.
No, you're Arizona. That's what she was adding.
Arizona. Dear God.
Real quick, the Diamondbacks, they had these City Connect jerseys, and it says Serpientes on there. And so when Ray came in and he saw that because they were playing the Dodgers and it was on TV, and he's like, "What the hell is that? Why has it got an S on there?" He's like, "Arizona." I was like, "Yeah, Ray, the Diamondbacks."
Diamondbacks. Yeah, just mentioned
But anyway, please.
the step kids of the United States.
Okay, if you had to guess when the first Pride March was, what year would you say it was?
92.
The first, like the very, very first one?
The first Pride March. I will tell you it was in New York City.
In the 70s?
It was in 1970.
Ah.
Isn't that crazy? It took 50 years practically for it to be and have marches everywhere. And we're still doing it, just like we're doing for...
Do you think it's a lot easier now for people who were in the closet to come out more? No, huh? We're still
Now?
hard.
No, I think it gets I mean, I think it's hard for anybody to do that. I don't think it matters when the year is or what the circumstances are. But I think being accepted by more people, I think, gets easier as the years go on because more and more people are out. So you're gonna find support in other areas, even if it's not necessarily your family. You might have friends. There's like groups that you can join. So stuff like that, I think.
Like, what, do you personally have any gay friends? I would love gay
Yes.
friends.
We have plenty.
I don't. I know of,
Yeah.
but I
We
don't
have
have
plenty.
one personally, and I would love one. Because they are funny as hell. Like most of the gay people I've met, they're hilariously funny.
You have gay friends, sir. And I'm not going to name them because I don't know how they
'Cause
feel about that.
It's probably
But we go to Dark Horse, sir.
I think he might just be thinking.
Did you miss a whole ass wedding?
I think he's thinking one way and not the other.
Are you talking? Are you
he's
thinking
thinking-
one gender like males?
I think that's what he's doing.
Oh, because
Because you know.
plenty of females.
Okay. When it comes to
Yes.
female, oh yeah, of course.
There you go. I was gonna
Oh,
say-
okay.
I think he was thinking.
I was
male.
just thinking males.
And I was like, wait, no, you got
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
all day. But
Oh, I do.
like, okay.
But I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know
No,
about
I'm
y'all,
like-
but I know I do.
I will.
I mean, I answered to
I
one.
just think they're hilariously funny. All the gay guys I have met, funny guys, really cool to talk to, easy peasy. It's good times. They're really good.
Good times.
It's good times.
Very good times.
But you have to remember that who they're attracted to has nothing to do with
yeah.
the type of person that
True.
they
No,
are.
no, and it's not like they're trying to like holler at me. These are really cool people. And
And I think that's
and-
something that insecure men who may or may not be homophobic have to get over. You can't assume
They're trying to holler
that
at you.
they're always trying to
Right.
hit on you because
Like you're
I
not
mean,
you're not attracted. Like if you're heterosexual, you're not attracted to every person of opposite sex that you see.
yeah, like
So,
So it's the same
it's
thing.
the same
it's the same thing for
Yeah.
for people who are they're
Yeah.
not
It's
attracted.
And
just,
even-
it's just easy talking. They're funny.
Right.
They're very brutally honest, which I love. I'm like, yes. You know, I mean, if it hurts, fuck, I need to hear it.
Ray needs a gay friend.
I do. That's awesome.
Everybody needs a gay friend.
Yeah,
I will
yeah,
say
they
that.
do. Guy or girl, don't matter. You know, but yeah.
I will say that I think everybody needs a gay friend that's out because I have
On you, I'm gonna put you in a tub. I'm gonna spank your little bottom.
because once that happens, I feel like they know who they are.
Right.
And I think you can learn how to be secure and accepted of and have a sense of acceptance of yourself when you see somebody that's just so they just accept who they are.
Right.
They're so them.
That's
It's like,
that
shit.
I think that's a huge lesson because I can't imagine being
Not being able to be yourself.
discriminated against or not being able to be myself because of fear of, the repercussions or whatever. So yeah, the first march was in 1970, which is exciting. Now, I was going to go into more of like the history of it and all that, but that's that's not all. There's all these historic events, but there's specific things that I want to talk about that I've come across in like the last couple months.
Okay.
When it comes to transgender, that's a huge controversy because they feel like people are letting these children decide what they want to be at too young of an age.
Yeah, I've seen that discussion.
Yeah.
Now, do you have any thoughts on that?
I don't know. That one's tough. I can see both sides. I get wanting to let your child be who they are most comfortably and all that kind of stuff. And so if they feel like that they're, a different gender trapped inside the other, okay, I can understand that. So if you want to be supportive and let them, explore that and all that, like, I think that's fine if that's what you want to do. But I also get maybe
wanting to protect.
Yeah, protect the.
Because when is too young too young? You know what I mean? 'Cause
Yeah,
That's what.
like-
that's. I
Yeah.
guess that's essentially my
Like
question.
giving the child the chance to actually grow into themselves a little bit. I don't like if your child it says that they're transgendered and they want to like move on and take hormone replacement therapy, that kind of
Like-
thing. I think that's something that I think there should be an age or
Yeah,
something
because that's like, how do you know that? at,
I
like,
just think they
before you hit puberty, like
they
you
should
don't
be
know that.
educated on it
Yeah.
because like
at least wait till you hit puberty, at least, because it's weird hearing like a 7-year-old boy saying, "I'm a girl." Wait, what?
well, I mean,
I feel in me, I feel like a chick. Or I
there's
feel
a
like woman.
difference between letting your kid be who they are and feel what they want to feel. Like if my 4, 5, 6, 7-year-old came to me and said, a girl said I feel like a boy or a boy feels like a girl, I'd be like, okay, live your best life.
Right.
Well, when it comes to wanting to change your body, now we got to take it a step further. Now I think we need a little bit more education. Not because I'm against it,
Right.
but because I think it's a huge, pretty permanent
it's a huge-
decision
it's a
that
huge
you're
step.
making.
It's literally a
Fucking step.
transition from one to the other.
Yeah.
And it's hard. So let's say you are, you're a young boy, and you feel that I feel like I'm the wrong gender. I'm supposed to be a woman. And then you decide I'm going to get full gender reassignment. What happens if you have second thoughts? Like
There's no
I
going
don't think
back.
you can. I
can't.
think you have to be 18. Unless you have a
and
parental
that,
permission.
And I think that's where it
Consent,
should
yeah.
be. Like if you want to replace hormones and you want to do gender reassignment, I think there should be
an age.
when
yeah.
you're an adult.
Yeah.
But then
when you're fully like
just
you know,
so that no one can say that they were forced into it or
Yeah.
they didn't know what they were doing. At that point, they're considered an adult. It's on them at that point.
But then it begs the question of, I just want to do this because my parents are constantly trying to keep me where I'm at when I don't feel like, I'm male or I'm female and I'm the opposite.
right.
Or maybe I'm asexual. Like, do you know what I'm
Or
saying? Like,
non-binary.
yeah,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
just, I mean,
I never understood when I first met my first. I was like, "Oh, that what that meant."
a
yeah.
non-binary.
Yeah.
Like gender fluidity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But basically, like, I'm a girl, but some days I feel like a
I
total
feel
dude,
masculine,
and then the next month I'm a total chick.
yeah,
And I was like, "That's cool," but they don't do the change. They stay who they
they
are.
say who they are. And
Yeah,
they just,
but it's like there's a good 3 months I'm a straight fucking guy,
I
and I'm like,
mean,
cool.
if that's what you
talking
want to
like
do.
talking like a homie and shit, and then
that's what's gonna help me move this box real quick.
yeah, and then next month I'm a full woman drag. I'm like, okay.
Oh, that's nice. Help me come move this box real
But
quick.
it's like, as long as I'm not a shitty human, who are you to tell me
Yeah.
what I can dress like, who I
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
talk to, who I'm attracted to, like any of that stuff. I just think that the general public is so judgmental and they so want the power and the money and the control of all these things that people making these decisions for themselves and them not agreeing with them is like, but are they in your bedroom? Like,
Yeah.
do you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
are they all up in your personal life? Like, no, their personal life has nothing to do with your personal life.
Right.
If you don't like it, don't deal with it. If you don't like, I mean,
go ahead.
no, I mean, that's all I got.
Oh, no, but here's a question because I throw this out. Me and my brother throw this question out. If you were dating somebody before or after they told you that they're transgender, would you date somebody who's transgender? Let's just say that.
Would you date would I date somebody
Yeah.
that's transgender?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean that
Like-
already transitioned?
Yeah, they made like you met a woman, but she tells you nothing.
Oh, I was a man.
Yeah,
Is that what you're?
Yeah, she tells you like, hey, I was a guy. Will that change your opinion, your views, or you're like, hey, that's you. You're this now. I'm good. We're good. So
I mean, I think that all depends on how you feel about the person.
right.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
Like,
because,
I don't
because
think
if you were attracted to or in love with or want to be with that person prior to that, and then they told you on this, that doesn't change who they are at that moment, that just means that was something.
Yeah.
So that depends on
Yeah.
how
what
you
the
view
relationship
it.
is
Yeah.
and all that stuff.
I would appreciate that, but
But-
me, I would honestly, I wouldn't mind if I met a woman who, and then she told me like, "Oh, okay, cool."
Because, I mean, obviously you're attracted to her for a reason, whether
Right.
that was her past or not.
Yeah.
So I think that would be a huge factor, but I also think it's kind of hard to say unless you're in that
Yeah.
relationship feeling it. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? Like,
Yeah.
because I know, and I have seen, especially over this last month, since it is June and it is Pride Month, I've seen, which is so great, a lot of stories where two people of the opposite sex are married, and then one of them is like, I'm not, like, this isn't me, and they want to transition.
Yeah.
They do, and they're still,
And they're
they've
still
been
together.
happily married for years now still.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, like, and that says it all. I mean,
Right.
because, like,
Yeah.
it's really your relationship with that person, and then there could be underlying issues. I mean, if that person is, you know, homophobic or, you know, whatever it is,
Or-
there's
yeah.
going to be underlying issues at that point. But I don't think I can make that call unless I'm in that relationship. But I think either way, it's fine, because I'm either care for that person and want them to be happy, or I'm in love with that person and I'm already planning on being with them, and I'm not with them because you're a woman or because
Right.
I'm attracted to, like, the person
Yeah.
you are. So
That's why I see it that way as myself, because like if they told me if I got in a relationship with a woman and she didn't tell me like till like later that she was transgender, I'm like,
well,
not
it's too
gonna
late.
change-
I'm in love now.
Yeah.
I'm just
I ain't
kidding.
gonna change my mind. I dig you now. It's cool.
Yeah.
But I do think the only I don't know how to put it. I think there needs to be an acceptance, or not an acceptance. I'm trying to figure out how to word it. But I feel like if like that scenario, if someone was like, "Oh no, then I can't because I'm not into that," that person would get flack for it. And they're like, "Oh, you're," and it's like, well, sometimes I think that you should be able to normalize both sides. Like if someone wants
Oh.
to, if someone wants to, like come out to you and say, "Hey, like I used to be a man, I'm transgender," whatever decision the other person decides to make, I think should be okay.
Yeah.
And I don't think that if someone's like, "Well, I can't," I don't, nothing against, like, I want you to live your life, do your thing. I'm happy for you that you decide to do that. But me personally, I can't.
Right.
I think that should be. I don't think that should be vilified.
No.
Because
Oh,
I
yeah.
think that's where sometimes it happens. Where like, oh, if you ask that question, I was like, oh no, I would never do that because I can't. Some people would be like, well, what do you have against? And it's like, it has nothing to do with that. But sometimes people knowing what they know changes things.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sometimes it
I
does,
mean-
sometimes it doesn't. And you should be able to be okay either way. Now,
But it's
Yeah.
like, that's like, I mean, it's not, and not comparing apples to oranges, but it's like when somebody cheats on you, there's like a switch turns for some people, and some people you can't get past it.
Right.
And so you're not going to have this amazing relationship. So if you already know that that's something that you can't work past or work through, why would I waste anybody's time?
Right.
And I would take that same application to what you're talking about.
Right.
And I never thought of it that way. And you are right. Had you just come out and said, like, nah, I can't deal with that. And, like, maybe that's what I would say in the moment. But it's like
Right.
I said, I would have to know
Yeah.
what it would be like with that relationship in that moment. And,
Right.
I mean, right now, there's a 50-50 chance. I could say, oh, hell no. Or I could say, maybe we could work through it. Or,
Right.
oh, we'll work through it. Or,
Yeah.
fuck it, we'll figure this thing out.
Right.
Like, like,
I just think
Just keep
whatever,
going, we'll figure
it out. Whatever
the
it is,
decision the other person decides to make
Should
be okay.
Yeah. Either.
as
know?
long as you're not being a shitty person, be
Right.
like, what the fuck?
Yeah, yeah, as
How
long as
come
you're
you
not-
didn't like,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Then, I mean, if it's respectable, if it's, there's a
Yeah.
common
Yeah,
respect there,
I
and you
went
have
third
this
base with a
discussion,
Frenchman.
and you have this common
was real.
respect with that person.
I kissed it. I ain't French kissed it.
Got more than 300 in the back of beat her ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if there's
See,
respect there, yeah.
That's the not the response you want.
Right.
Right.
Exactly. It's a crime game.
Right back on.
But I'm
We
saying
can
like,
find that too.
but I just
Yeah.
feel like, whatever, like we had a conversation about like policing feelings and this and that. Like your job is to say what it is the truth or however, you know what I mean? And then you allow the other person to take that information and do with it whatever they want because that's their choice.
Right.
So I think that applies here.
Oh yeah.
So
It does
if
apply.
if you care about this person, or even if you're just like, hey, right off the bat, like I want people to know that so that there's no surprises or whatever. Hey, I'm transgender. Okay, your job is done. Now, whatever they decide to do with that information and how they feel about it should be totally fine. And like I said, unless they're like trying to cause you harm or being an asshole,
As
something
long
like
as
that.
it doesn't have malicious intent behind it.
Yeah.
I mean,
now,
I
if
see.
they were like, oh, you know what, I appreciate you telling me, but that's not how.
We could be friends.
Yeah, we can be friends, we can be cool,
Yeah.
but I don't get down like that. Like that's not for me.
I've never come across this. I don't
Yeah.
feel like I want to
Yeah.
get into that territory, whatever it is.
So
but.
maybe we can be friends and maybe see, but as of right now, like I can't,
Right.
and that should be okay.
Yeah,
That's all I'm
definitely.
saying.
I mean, yeah, I think as long as you're a good human and, like I said, it's respectable,
Yeah.
I think that's actually a really good point. So,
Yeah, because I've always been an open-minded type of guy.
Mm-hmm.
So if I ever came across that, and I didn't know that person was transgender, and I met the woman,
Mm-hmm.
and then they told me, like, say I'm in like 6 months to a year in, and they told me that, I was like, not gonna change my mind. We're good.
Right, because you
Yeah.
Yeah,
invested
I mean,
that time, but
yeah.
there's somebody on the other side
On
of
the
that
side
who
they'll
could be like,
fuck you fucked me over.
I mean, maybe not in those
No,
words,
that's a
but
shitty person. I'm
but
saying
yeah,
that's a
but-
I would hope
Because
that that's
most-
not what it would
most-
be because I would
most
fucking say
people's
what.
first reaction would be that, to be honest.
I mean,
They're not gonna act like, a lot of
Yeah.
people are not gonna be mature right off the bat.
no, you're right.
So, something else I wanted to talk about, I'm glad we got into that though,
This water too fast.
is
Got to go pee pee.
No, I want more water.
let's say, you know who Colton Underwood is?
Sounds
Yeah,
familiar.
that's
The Bachelor
dude from
that,
The Bachelor, right?
that came out as gay after he was on The Bachelor looking for a wife.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
How do we feel about things like that? Because
You have how many 24 women, right? It's 24
30.
women?
It's 30, and he was with, and then he picked someone, and they were together for
And
like
then
a
he-
year
and
or
then-
something. Then they
then
broke
he
up,
was like, I'm gay.
and then he's like, "Yeah, I'm gay."
you did.
Well, it's not. Of course, he knew. It
just
wasn't.
Took him, it just took him a marriage to finally tell them I'm gay.
No, he didn't.
No,
get
he didn't
married.
get married.
Or be
But-
in a total show that takes him what 10 months to film. That takes a long fucking
The
time.
Bachelor.
Yeah.
Yes,
Does it
it's-
take that long?
Yes.
Yeah.
There's 30 fucking women.
well,
I don't know. I don't watch
I
Bachelor. or
I never watched it.
Bachelorette.
I'm
sorry,
assuming
so I
it's
have
like
no
almost like
idea.
10 months to
I
like
don't
a year to film.
No, I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
know about that.
Yeah, see, I have no idea how
That's
long
what
it
I've
takes.
So let's start with this. There's nothing wrong with him being gay.
Yeah.
No, of course
No,
not.
of course
and
not.
there's
My
nothing
thi-
wrong with him
Not coming
not
out
coming out because that whenever he's decided he's ready is when he's ready.
right.
Yeah, of course.
That's the same for
Yeah.
anybody. My
Right.
point is because he has not clarified, but he was with 30 women. You're going to tell me that your whole life, I mean, were you just hiding it?
Yeah.
And then you had to be put, like, I just feel like maybe he was waiting for the spotlight to be like, okay, now I'm gay.
That's yeah. That's
Like,
fair.
wait,
That's
what?
very true.
But then that's kind of
you wasted
opposite
so
to-
many. Yeah, you wasted
But
30
that's
women.
so opposite
Yeah.
to other people coming
Yeah.
out because
Because I can see a lot of those women being bitter. Like, bitch.
a
That's
lot
a-
of people just want to come out to. I mean, no, I don't think any of them are bitter, because he didn't. He didn't eventually marry any of them.
Right.
Yeah, I know, but
and
still,
ruin
though,
his
but I feel
life,
like
but-
His
but
ex
a lot of
wasn't
these-
all that happy though.
Yeah.
She was
But
kind of
I feel like
didn't
the
know.
women who are on the show feel like I wasted my fucking time. I could have really found another dude who actually
Well, I mean,
Because he said he was controlling situations to try to grasp at any part of the straight fantasy that I was trying to live out was so wrong. And I think he acknowledges that, but I think at the same time,
he wasted his time too. I think he wasted his time.
well, I mean, but
But that's on him.
Yeah, that's on him. Yeah, but it's like
Well, he did play
He
football
played football.
in Illinois.
So
There's no
But-
gay NFL player before recently.
There's no
openly gay.
openly active football player. They always
There is
come
now,
out afterwards.
Yeah.
So I'm sure playing football his entire life. Cause he got to the pros, right? Didn't he end up playing for like
I don't know.
I think he played pro for a little bit. But I just think when you're in those scenarios, you don't get the chance to be yourself because you're supposed to, you know what I mean? Like you're in a room full of straight men and that would be, you know what I'm saying? You see him shower, blah, blah, blah. So people are going to feel a certain way about it. So
Right.
I doubt that, you know, he was going to say anything then. But it's like he was 28 and he didn't have a girlfriend before and he was a virgin. I think those signs were there.
Yeah.
And,
I mean,
nobody really picked up on it. Like I said, he was probably just trying to do whatever he could to live that straight lifestyle. And either maybe you're right, he got the notoriety he was looking for and was like, now I can say it, or he just was comfortable enough with himself to be like, okay, this is me. It could be both. It could be one or the other. I don't know.
No, because I saw a post on IG with WWE openly gay wrestlers.
Uh-huh.
oh
And
yeah.
one of them caught me off. So I was like, oh shit, that person is, because I know Shayna Baszler is.
Yeah.
Right.
Frankie Monet as well too. I think she was.
What?
No,
Frankie
that's,
Monet
that's,
is married
that's
to
John Morrison's wife.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. It was like somebody caught me off guard.
Oh, okay.
When
I
saw
was
the
like,
picture,
yeah,
I'm
no,
like,
I was like, it's not
okay,
Frankie
and
Monet.
I
That's-
was like, whoa, it was a female wrestler. I'm like, oh, didn't know that. I was like, whoa. I was trying to find a picture.
Oh,
yeah,
I was like,
whoa,
what the
that's that.
What are you
I
doing?
never-
We're in the middle of the podcast.
I know.
please.
And then I never thought that
It's
that
spelling out wrong information.
No, that's what I'm saying. Sorry, but yeah,
I
but-
will say
Yeah.
that he did say, by the time I realized that I was gay, I didn't want to be gay. Growing up in sports, I was taught that gay is wrong and gay is bad, and football players are not gay. It was easy for me to hide in plain sight behind a football mask, and hunting and fishing and the things that this world tells us is masculine and manly.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you, I don't care who you love. If you want to be feminine, be fucking feminine. If you want to be masculine, be fucking masculine. If you want to be both one day, one the other day, one the next day, I don't care.
Yeah, you wanna
As
switch
long
it
as
up,
you're a
switch it
good human, that's literally all
Yeah,
all
honestly,
I really ask.
I don't give a fuck what you're.
Yeah.
I mean, I care to a certain degree what
Yeah.
you're into. If it's like, you know, animals and children, it's like, okay,
no, we're not.
like you got to relax. Like that, we can't go there. But if you want to be with a man, you a man. You want to be with a woman, and you're a woman. You want to be with a woman, and you're non-binary, and you or you're transgender. Like
It's not
that
my
doesn't-
business.
that doesn't,
Yeah.
you know, like my
not
parents would say, what you eat don't make me shit. So
Exactly. So what?
Whatever you're into
what-
is what you're into. and I'm
what-
not gonna
Right.
judge you for it.
you know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck. 'cause
What am I
that's
gonna
a-
say to
when
him?
you go
Yeah.
home, that's on you.
Yeah,
What you do,
because
I don't care.
when I first met my friend, she told me she's not married, and I was like, "Can you explain to me?" Because I didn't know what it was. I
Mm-hmm.
was like, "Oh, okay, cool." That was interesting to me. I found that just like, wow, like what,
It's very brave that you were like, I don't know what that means.
yeah. Because I'm not gonna be like, "Oh, I know," and I'll be stupid about it.
Well, see, there were two
Most
good
people-
things right
No,
there.
I'm not gonna. Yeah.
Him being able to say, "Look, I don't know what that means. Can you explain it to me?"
Yeah.
Oh, and then
And then them being
able.
to be like,
Or
"Okay, well, here,
willing
let me,
to,
yeah,
yeah.
willing to," because
Yeah.
they don't have to.
Yeah,
you don't
no.
have to say, "I know
No.
what that is,"
No,
and,
no.
and genuinely want to care, and they don't have to be like, "Okay, well, this is what this means."
No.
So, like, I think that was a pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
asking
that
a black
conversation.
person to teach me about Black history.
Yeah,
like
and
it's not
like,
their job.
Yeah, it's not my
Yeah.
job to
Yeah.
educate you, but
While
if-
we're here,
yeah.
since we have this relationship,
Yeah,
exactly.
can
Because,
I
like,
ask you
because-
these
because
things?
because
she
there
knew
was a-
that question was a genuine question, not coming
Yeah,
from
not
any
coming like-
kind of
yeah,
hate. Just
like-
like, I don't know what that means, so I don't want
Yeah,
to be.
because
sitting
when
there like,
we actually
oh,
first
yeah.
met, because we
Yeah.
met already, but like just through text and all that,
Yeah.
like, we knew each other, and I was like, and I saw it, I was like, oh, that's a beautiful woman.
Mhm.
And then we first meet, and I was like, I was like, whoa, that's cool. I was like, that's what I thought, like, what is that? I'm not too sure what that is, because I never heard the term non-binary, because I only know the LG,
Yeah.
Ray was like,
the
non-binary. Is that code like ones and zeros? He's like, no, this is not computers.
No, I didn't I didn't try to make
let
a
me
joke.
talk to you.
When I don't know something
like-
like that, I try not to make a joke because it might be too super
Right,
sensitive. So I'm
you're
just
right.
like, can you explain what that is? And she's like, I'm like, oh, okay. So when we hang out, there's days where you're like a super chick, and then I talk to you like a woman, and sometimes you're a dude, and I can talk about dude things with you. Because there's something.
Even when she's in a dress and heels, you can still talk to her about dude stuff.
No, of course.
Somebody help me with this box.
God damn it!
Heels, sneakers, right? I don't care. Help me with this box.
But like I have to like, in my mind I was like, almost like kind of pick and choose. Like I like it's not like I'm asking. So what are you today? You know
yeah. Okay, I was like, wait a minute,
No, Ray, I wouldn't do that. That's crazy. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so you gotta strike all that, and it's a person.
I can usually tell like how she talks to me. I'm like, okay, I see where she's at. So I know where I can go.
Oh my god! Hey,
yeah.
What do you today?
Yeah, you know what I mean.
You know where she's at.
I know where she's at. Like,
no. You know where she's at.
Box.
She's a fucking human.
Yeah, no, I know she's a human.
That could help me.
But I feel like,
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna whoop you.
But I feel like I don't want to say something that's gonna like offend her in a way.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I'm like, I'm not carefully choosing my word. I'm just picking and choosing. Like if I'm talking to her and she feels like a girl, I don't be like, oh yeah, I was with this other chick, I was fucking the shit out of her. Like that kind of thing. Kind of thing. You know what I mean? Unless she's cool to hear that.
But you do anyway, so you should be treating her like you treat.
No, I mean, no, that's like when I first.
You nasty.
Yeah, when I first met her, yeah. But now that we've broken that barrier, whatever mood she's in, I'll tell you whatever. I don't give a fuck.
So one thing I do want to know: is it okay to ask somebody what their preferred pronoun is?
I think that's becoming more normalized now. I just saw a commercial. I think it was yesterday, and it was a job place. I don't know if it was like
Indeed or whatever,
or it was one of those jobs, right? And the employer was like, "Oh, may I ask you what your your pronouns are? Like, what would you like to be called?" And the person was like, "Oh, thank you." Like, that's very thoughtful. I would like to be known as they, them. And it's like, they're like, okay, cool. Like, so.
That, I don't have a problem with that. The grammar thing, throwing they or them in there is really hard for me, I guess, because.
It's like it is, but it isn't. Because, like, sometimes you go, oh, yeah, they. But then you're like,
well,
the more I vocalize it. Yeah. The more it makes sense, but when I go to write or when I think about it, I'm like, huh? But when you say it, it's like...
Right, because it's almost like normal speech, but then, writing it doesn't make sense. Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense, but it doesn't at the same time.
I have to be in a comfortable place to ask that kind of question. I feel like if I'm going to meet somebody, like, hey, what do you prefer yourself as? I can't just write off.
The reason I ask if it's okay to ask what your preferred pronoun is because I don't want you to come up to me in baggy jeans and a backwards hat on and me be the asshole who's like, what's your preferred pronoun? And you're like, I'm a fucking, like, she, like, her, she, her, or whatever. Yeah, well, and it's like,
excuse me, but I don't know. Like, and I don't want to offend you, so I asked.
But either way, is that offensive? And like, so.
I don't think it should be.
It shouldn't be, but depends on the person.
Because I would rather ask and like, I think the more I ask, the more I will question my initial assumption.
Right.
Based on stereotypes like I just said, baggy jeans and a backwards hat or whatever.
Right.
So the more I can program my brain to realize that, yeah, you may see it this way, but it might not be that.
Mm-hmm. But I think that's the only way, at least for the time being, that people are going to come to that that conclusion to ask is if you see somebody who may not in your mind fit or look like the gender in which you believe them to be.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so instead of saying she, her, she may be dressed, like you said, and not feel like that. Maybe she wants to be addressed as him. Maybe she wants to be dressed as they, so you don't know. So I don't think that should be held against somebody for asking that because first of all, I don't know.
Yeah.
And secondly, I don't want to offend you. Yeah. So I'd rather offend you
by
trying
asking?
to get your proper pronouns and
Right.
preferences than just saying what I might think.
You
and then
are,
you
yeah.
totally, you know what I'm saying?
And you go off because
So if you're gonna be pissed off at me, at least you're gonna be pissed off at me for the right reason
or the right intentions,
right,
not
right
like-
intentions.
yeah.
Yes, instead of me, oh, you don't care about who I am and how I feel. It's like, well, I do. That's why I asked you what your pronoun, your preferred pronouns are.
Yeah.
Right.
So I would definitely err on that side
Rather
if
than
I
the
saw
other
something
side.
that didn't, for lack of a better phrase, compute with what I thought the outside.
Well,
looked
what
like.
you're.
Yeah.
Like if Ray came in here and he had makeup on and had like a fishnet shirt and some shorts and heels on, and I'd be like, "Yo, Ray, what's going on?" No, I'm just feeling fancy today.
Are we changing pronouns?
Yeah. So are you?
Nah, just
What are
today.
we doing?
Nah, just
And he could be like,
I'm
"Nah,
channeling-
it's still he, him. I'm just fabulous." Okay, then you
I'm
fabulous. He,
channeling
him.
my inner whore.
Exactly.
So, I mean-
that was a good way to
So,
put it, but
I'm channeling my
not
inner
what he
whore.
said. What Savoy said. Well, I want to.
That would be my answer.
That would definitely be
That
Ray's
would
answer.
definitely.
He'd be
But I'm
he'd be
just feeling fancy
"Bitch,
today.
bitch."
Try me, bit. No. I'll do all
So
that.
I do want to ask the general public that listens to our podcast, if you know anything about pronouns, if you've changed your pronouns, if you have friends that use pronouns that are not stereotypical to their appearance, that's my question. Is it more comfortable to ask? Or is it okay to ask? I guess that's the question.
Yeah.
Because asking over assuming is always great, but I know it's uncomfortable for some people to ask because based on you asking, you're already assuming, I guess.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Personally,
I just think
I have not come across that.
I haven't.
I would
either.
be very.
you haven't come across, we haven't come across it because that hasn't been programmed long enough for us to think
about.
oh,
Yeah.
wait,
Yeah.
we should be asking.
Yeah. True. That.
So you may have,
I would just
but
say,
that person hasn't said,
Yeah.
hey, this is my preferred pronoun because it's both sides. It's not a programmed response, and I think it should
and
be.
I
I
would,
think
I
that
would
would be.
just go with they.
But there's a lot of people.
Anyway, until I figured it out.
Oh, right.
To the people I've met so far that told
They,
me
them in the back.
them, yeah. No, the people I've met so far that are in that life, and she told me, and her
He's trying.
her friend that I met, that was her roommate, that we were talking, she just told me straight out that she was transgender. I'm like, that's cool.
Thank you for letting me know.
Thank you for letting me know, so I didn't
Appreciate
have
that
to,
tidbit of information.
Yeah, so I don't have to, I might say something stupid next time. So no. But
Now
yeah.
you look like you could be damn.
Yeah.
Little help here. Little help.
No.
Call-
Okay.
Can I call Lifeline?
They, them. Okay, before I close this out, there is one more thing I wanted to
Damn thing anymore.
get into, not really get into, but I saw this thing. I don't know if she watches or listens to the podcast. She reposted it on Facebook.
She better.
It's Liza.
I'm kidding.
It's Liza.
No, she
So
better.
there was this thing where
Oh, she just got she got married.
she got engaged.
Oh, she got engaged? I thought she got married.
Did she get engaged or married?
I thought she got married.
Well,
Well,
whatever it is, congratulations.
We got it covered because she said you got engaged. I said you got married, so we got
in
the whole
middle.
spectrum. So
We there.
I'm,
We here.
I'm
So
hoping
congratulations to you.
in a few weeks
Me and Fogle.
we'll be in the same place on a Saturday night for karaoke. Cause, anyways, okay. So she reposted this thing and it said, it's actually kind of funny. It's called the Chick-fil-A gay tax. Did you see it?
Chick-fil-A gay tax?
Okay, so Chick-fil-A is notoriously
homosexual.
homophobic,
Homophobic.
anti-gay, anti-LGBTQ, all that, right? But everybody loves Chick-fil-A. So if you're gay
I don't go
or
to those
lesbian or
because
transgender or queer,
right.
any of those other pronouns,
Yes.
they're having a hard time coping with either not eating Chick-fil-A or eating Chick-fil-A. So
Oh, man.
what
They
happens
hate me,
is
but I love it.
They're so torn.
They go to Chick-fil-A, they confess to another gay person, and then they send that gay person $20, and it's called the Chick-fil-A tax.
Wow.
Damn, $20.
Something, I don't know if it's
Shit.
$20, but
Quick.
that's just what I saw.
Holy
So-
Chick-fil-A, why are you so good?
So I just want to throw this out there.
Price is high.
I'm an advocate for everybody living their best life.
Yep.
Word.
As
You're
long
right.
as you're a good human,
Uh-huh.
like as long as your intentions are pure, everybody makes mistakes, everybody can be an a-hole at times, I get that. But like if you have pure intentions and you are generally a good human, I want, you know me, like I want you to live your best life. So, with that being said, that means I am an ally for everybody. So, I don't go to Chick-fil-A.
I don't either.
I like Chick-fil-A.
I haven't been
to
in
Chick-fil-A
quite some time.
since the last time I was in Texas,
There's a
which
reason why I
was
don't
right
like Chick-fil-A.
before I found out they
Yeah.
were anti-LGBTQ and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So, I haven't been to Chick-fil-A since.
Mine's
I don't
food
give
related,
a shit.
so.
I'm not going. So,
After I heard
I
it-
don't have to pay the tax. Not only because I'm not gay, but because I'm
Not going
not going to
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A. And I won't feel guilty.
Yeah.
But hold on. If y'all want to go to Chick-fil-A and you need somebody to pay that tax to,
Like, give me $20.
I will take $1.
No, I'll take 20.
But you know what I
Yeah,
want to
nah.
do?
It's California.
wanna-
I need that 20.
I want to put it in an account and over a year see how much money I can collect and then donate that to an LGBTQ foundation.
There you go.
Chick-fil-A tax. Something.
I don't give a
No,
shit.
That's a good idea.
I love that idea.
Once a place fucks me up food-wise, I'm done with that place. I got sick one time. Chicken was horrible.
Everything makes Ray sick. Don't even
Yeah,
listen to
no.
this guy.
But yeah, that and then I found out.
Don't listen to him, but don't go to Chick-fil-A.
No, and then and after I found out all they're anti everything, and all, I was like, wow, this place sucks even worse. So just like your food sucked that day. Someone didn't know how to cook a fucking chicken. Y'all made me sick. Fuck y'all.
Ray got
I never
salmonella.
come. Yeah, try to kill me and shit.
What?
What?
What was that? I said You'll get sick later. You'll figure it out.
Yeah, but yeah, fuck that.
When I found that app that told me which
Oh,
restaurants supported what,
yeah,
I was on a
yeah.
fucking rampage.
Oh my God, we can go nowhere.
I couldn't go anywhere. I
couldn't
couldn't
go
go to Taco
anywhere.
Bell. I couldn't go to
go to
In-N-Out. I couldn't go anywhere when I was finding out who
couldn't
they
go
were
to
supporting in their
Wendy's.
presidential campaign.
We was just-
I had to cook at
You
home.
know, so we was in here making burgers on our own.
And then I had to decide what grocery store I was going
Oh
to.
my Lord Jesus.
That shit was crazy. Anyways, so as you can see, I try to live my best life by being a great human and supporting everybody. I'm not perfect, so don't come for me if I make a fucking mistake, because I don't come for you if you make a fucking mistake, because everybody's motherfucking
Good.
human.
Don't go up to Taryn at a food for less. What are you doing here?
First of
For
all,
example,
you
I
won't
don't
catch
know.
me in a food for less.
No, sorry,
Second
I'm
of
throwing
all,
it as an
the
example.
only reason I was in a Walmart last week was because my mom was here, and that's all they have in Texas. And the last time I was in a Walmart, I can't even tell you. It's been years.
There's only two
I
Walmarts in Nevada.
refuse to go to Walmart.
There's
Yeah.
only 2 Walmarts in
I
the
shouldn't
valley.
even go into Target.
Sorry, I go to Target all the time. I'm sorry.
Damn.
Target over Walmart for sure.
Yeah, Target over Walmart.
Tarjay, people.
Yeah, Target. And plus, the Walmarts here are far. I don't want to go either. Or.
Oh,
That's some at that
Panorama
end.
City and
No, Woodland Hills
And
and,
Woodland Hills.
Porter Ranch.
there's one in Panorama City.
Oh yeah, huh? I never count that.
Okay, well, if there's anything...
It's like a war zone, but but you can go there.
This is where the Montgomery Ward used to be.
Yeah,
that right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
in Panorama Mall.
Yeah.
I mean, that Montgomery Ward, that whole side is
Is
an abandoned warehouse.
There's a whole
Shit.
last Rick and Morty thing going on over there at the Wendy's.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, what an ass. We should have gone and staked it out. Kanye might be there. Anyways,
I know,
so
right? He loved Rick and Morty.
exactly.
Was he?
Yeah.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
But anyways, with all that being said, I know I didn't offer much history, but
This is a very open-minded podcast. This is it.
Oh, you know what I saw? I saw something that said, in terms of like pride and it being, a protest. It said something about. So I don't know how people who, are in the LGBTQIA plus community feel about pride marches and the festivals and things like that, because they like have it open for children and you can do all that kind of stuff. I saw someone put that they said that pride is is a protest
Yeah.
and
So
not a festival. So it's not a place where you should be bringing your kids and things like that. It's about, standing, putting something on its ear and letting, the people who need to know that, hey, like, we're here, we're not going anywhere, and we're going to continue to fight for our rights. So I thought that was interesting.
yeah, a lot of it is because it's a protest towards all the people that have been lost to like HIV and AIDS because there hasn't been any action on that, or just hate crimes in general when it comes to that. All the transgender individuals that have been lost or discriminated against in, I can't even, all the years, they hold a lot of memorials at those places. So even though like you'll read a lot of stuff where it says pride parades and picnics and parties and workshops and symposiums and concerts and all that, the genesis of it is that it is a protest.
Oh, I made a little Genesis.
Sorry. I was like, how do I?
Last week was Uptick, now it's Genesis.
No, right? Oh, shit, yeah, right? I made a little
diversity.
So,
oh my God, you're next.
as great as it is to think it's this pride party and like that's great, and if you want to have pride parties, like that's cool, but just remember why it's happening.
Right.
The same thing for a BLM protest or anything like that. Like, yeah, you're supporting something, you're going out, you're doing this, that, and the other, but there is a really important reason that it happened and it's still a thing that's going on now, Hopefully, as the years progress and not too much farther out, we can take away the protest and it can be just a parade and a party and a celebration. But right now, with all 50 states not legalizing gay marriage and acknowledging that, a crime against LGBTQ is a hate crime and all these things, then it's just like Black Lives Matter or Asian hate or anything like that. It needs to be a protest.
Is Sarasota one of those places?
I have no idea.
Sarasota, Simon Bass.
I've had enough. Okay, so with all that being said, I know there could have been more history on LGBTQ and Pride, but we did want to give you some of the insight and ask some questions. So hopefully if you have any answers or anything you want to add to that, like, comment, share. If you are not already subscribed, subscribe. This is episode 51. I'm really hoping that for 52, which will conclude our first whole year, we will be doing something special. I don't quite know what that is.
You'll figure it out.
Obviously, we'll announce it at some point, one way or another. Instagram, Facebook, all of our stuff, whatever it's going to be. We will definitely let you know.
Yeah, make sure you follow all social media accounts. Instagram, me _nim_podcast. Twitter, it's just at me nim podcast. It's all one word. Find us on Facebook.
YouTube,
YouTube
literally
channel.
just type in me in podcast. It's the first thing that comes up. But other than that, that is all that I got.
Don't forget, also email us, meandm03@gmail.com.
Spell it out for him, right?
MEANDNDM03@gmail.com.
That was dangerous.
I got a little scared.
I like that he was like,
oh shit.
oh.
Starts with the N, right?
Wait, it's me.
It's me and
it's numbers largely.
So I hope that with our efforts
Is
in this whole podcast episode, you see that
We're fools.
even our fools, even though we're assholes sometimes, we are genuinely good humans. So we will see you next time. Stay tuned to see what we have planned for our year celebration.
Sure.
And other than that, be safe, be a kind human. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all. We'll see you back here next time. Thanks. Peace.